Due to budget constraints because of the coronavirus, the staff at HFR is very sad to inform that the skits will be suspended until further notice. We have spent all of our incentive money, so maybe next week. Just kidding, it's at the end. Hey, make sure you join my 500 sub giveaway. Giving away 3 Hydro Flask insulated water bottles. They're really cool. You can have it custom engraved with whatever you would like on it. You have to do 2 simple things. Be a subscriber to this channel. Number 2, click on the link you see in the white bar here. Comment once and only once, please, so that everyone has an equal chance to win. Good luck. What's up, people? Man, excited to review this one. If you hadn't caught it already, I unboxed it earlier in the week. So moving on to the review this week. As I said then, I'll say it again, wow. Okay, so let's jump right into concept. So Hulk debuted in Hulk #1 in 1962, creation of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So this statue was a modern take on that first cover where he appeared, and he was gray, of course. And by Hulk #2, he had already was green by then, so they had decided to go that route. But they basically took that first cover and reproduced it with this. So in the concept of it, you know, the artist was trying to pay homage to that, but yet make it more modern. You know, in the original character design in the comics, I believe it was kind of part Frankenstein's monster, part Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You know, kind of get hybrid of those together. The art director is Ang Sing, I think is how you'd say his name. I'll put that on the screen. And man, what an awesome job on the concept. Just everything from it. So if you think Hulk transformation, if you think of the story of Banner to Hulk and how you would pull that off, you know, I think he just absolutely nailed it from the concept of Banner. So whenever I first saw this, I was like, man, the Hulk looks so incredible that I'm not sure I want Banner covering him up. You know, and I kind of thought, well, I'm going to display him to the side. And that's also a bonus in the design. The fact they give you multiple display options. If you don't want Banner in there, you've got this. If you're limited for space, you can do this. You can also, if you don't want so much of Hulk blocked, Banner doesn't key in, which might be a plus and minus. We'll see. I've got, you know, a little thoughts on that. But you have this option, so it drops him down, you know, that amount there. So another display option. Or if you want to set him to the side, or if you want to set him somewhere totally different, you know, and just let him be a free standing statue. But once I saw this, I was like, Banner is a major plus. You know, the guy designed this to be what it is, to be the transformation scene. I think it's executed flawlessly. Everything in it, from the restraining, what I think is a restraining harness type thing, maybe gamma, you know, machine or whatever. Just everything that they did in the design of it is just about as close to flawless as you can possibly get. I can't think of anything to change in the concept or a different way to go with it to improve on it. Because of that, concept gets a score of 10. Next up with construction. How is it made? How did they execute the artist's vision? So he, of course, keys in at the waist here. That is, it's got a little bit of wobble in it, but I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's rock solid. The foot is just dead solid, rock solid. All of these mechanisms on the side, they key in well. You know, there's no criticisms there. This one again is keyed a little, just absolutely rock solid. A little bit of wobble here, but it's not going anywhere, and if it did, it wouldn't break. Maybe a nitpick would be, does Banner get keyed here to where he can't go anywhere? Well, he's so rock solid, it's just unnecessary. I mean, he's staying put. He's not going anywhere unless you hit it, you know. And I mean, you can knock things off of it anywhere. So, not giving a ding on that either. It gives you the display option to set him on the floor, as I just said, to put him on this, or totally remove it and set him elsewhere. So I think that is actually great construction, great concept. Construction, again, is going to get a solid 10. Alright, looking at sculpt. The sculptor is Miguel Angel Lopez, and man, did he do a fantastic job. So again, whenever I first saw this, I was like, Banner, meh, you know, on the photos or whatever. But this guy is just killer. I would, as I said in the unboxing, I would absolutely buy this just for this, because it is so well done in telling the story of his transformation. The diamond plating here looks realistic, you know, in the sculpting of it. All the little mechanisms, all the little broken pieces all make total sense. The venting, all of this sculpting of the wiring here, and it has real wire in the midst of the, in the middle of the, I guess it's like a plastic resin. Not sure exactly what that is. One of the things that's really cool that's sculpted and painted is this little computers here, and there's one on each one of them. And it greatly reminds me of this, which was a football game, believe it or not, from back whenever the late 70s when we were kids. Remember this? Still, you know, this is a modern reproduction, but anyway, the design of that greatly reminded me whenever I saw it, and just a great tip of the cap to the late 60s, early 70s. Love this little detail right here. I just think it is so cool. The harness and all, just very well done. It's got damage on it. Super, super well done. Love, love, love how they took the diamond plates and conveyed the weight of the Hulk with it, especially right here. I'll come back to the back. But right here where all this diamond plating is collapsing under his weight and buckling. Fantastic. And then that brings us on to the showstopper. The Hulk. Man. Wow. When the first time I saw it, I was just like, that sculpt is awesome. It's telling the story that he's just transformed, maybe for the first time. And just the rage, the clenched hands, the proportions are excellent for me. Now, I did grow up on the 70s Hulk, you know, where the head was a little bit more proportional, but for this sculpt, it just totally works. I think anything larger on the head sculpt would have been a little odd. The sculpt, again, this would be back into concept design, but they only went with one head sculpt. I think it's perfect as is. I think the expression's perfect, showing his rage, but not, you know, we've seen 1,000 open mouth Hulk, so this one to me is unique and I love it. I've seen people criticize it, but I totally disagree. I think it's perfect. So I think you have a 10 sculpt here. I think you have a 10 sculpt in the base, and I think you have a 10 plus sculpt in the Hulk himself. So that gives an overall score for the sculpt, a rock solid 10. They chose to paint this as a older laboratory, and I think that was an excellent idea. They put, one thing I might say on the paint is they could have gone a touch shinier on the diamond plate. Most of that is a little bit more silver, but I kind of understand in the entire concept of it. You don't want this bright shiny bottom to, you know, take away from the pieces that you're wanting to direct your audience's eyes to, so not a huge issue there. And they actually put a lot of brown detail, like not sitting, but dirt. They put dirt in the painting of that, and that looks excellent. The choice in the yellow was one thing I was a little bit concerned of, and the way that they muted it down with kind of an orange and dirty vibe here, we can look on the back, is just perfection once again. Moving on to banner. Pretty much plain white on the lab coat and shirt, except for it's not. You have a subtle, almost like you can see his skin through it, but it's a subtle peachish, very light brown in the coat that just gives a little bit of definition to the creases in it, to where it just doesn't totally get blown out on camera or with your eye. First of all, I love his flesh tones. Very well done. A lot of times people are too yellow looking or they're too pale looking. Flesh tones very well done. Then they had this subtle painting of like the radiation, permeating under his skin there is so well painted on that. Even his face, he's got the green eyes. Excellent again that they included the green where the larger two limbs are there, the under painting there. Banner is a total home run on paint on him also. Just so well done. I love shading that you don't immediately notice. That it's there and it accents, but yet you don't immediately go, oh, that's shading. You have to actually look for it. That to me is a perfect amount of shading. You can see it a little bit stronger right here, but very well done on the pants. Brass little clasp there, looks brass, that's excellent. All the lines on everything, I've yet to see a line out of place. There may be, but I haven't seen it yet. Haven't found it. Hulk himself, the skin tones, fantastic. Another concern I had by photos. So a lot of times when you take flash photos, it makes things pop in a sculpt or a paint job that are not necessarily true. For instance, a lot of the photos, the nails look way too white. They're not. Also, I thought the shading was too strong in the muscle creases here. I was actually very concerned about that because I don't like overdone shading. It's perfect. They're absolutely, if you really get a light and look, you can catch the dark green there. But they went with the dark green here. They have at least one other green, maybe three greens total to layer in the looks. And then they have, which I've seen with most people that really paint Hulk well, they add browns, undertones in at various places, and not sure why that makes it better, but it just keeps it from being that Jolly Green Giant green that just I don't care for. But it brings down the overbearing green to a more subtle, realistic color, in my opinion. Painting on the teeth and gums was also something that people were concerned with. I think they're amazing. I could see if they went green gums, I could see that being goofy. The eyes are fantastic. I've seen people saying he's cross-eyed. He's not, to my looks. Back to the hair. They did include one thing that I would say that I probably would have done differently if it was me, and that's that they have these really a brighter green highlight in the hair. And as I just said, it gives the Jolly Green Giant type effect in his hair. It's a little bit bright. So I've said in previous reviews, some things at close inspection look great from 2 feet away. So I don't think that most people make artistic choices with these things to be, right here. I think they're giving you that 2 foot away vibe, and for that I understand it, that picks up the highlights where maybe if they went with a dark green, any detail would have been lost there. So that's not going to get a ding there. So once again, we have a 10 paint on the base, we have a 10 paint on banner, and we have a 10 paint on Hulk. So overall paint score is easy 10. It's the same reaction every time. I mean, my wife sees these things and she's kind of whatever like that. She walked in and she went, "Whoa, that thing is massive and cool," and she was just like, "That's next level," you know. She said, "You got some cool pieces in here," but she said that, you know, she literally said this is next level. So presents, this will be one that people walk into because they know the character and the character is done outstanding. Presents gets a 10 also.
Hulk smash!
So that gave us a collective score, my second perfect score of 50. Somebody that has never heard of Marvel would walk in and go, "Whoa, that is art. That is a cool statue," regardless of what the subject is. And it is so well done. If you are inclined whatsoever that you are thinking about this piece, you better move, because I think the price is going to skyrocket and I think they're going to be very hard to get. So don't miss this guy. It is tops. Is it number one in my collection? I'm not going to make that judgment right now, but it's up there. I mean, it's skyrocketed to the top tier. So again, if you like what I do, please hit that like, sub, and notification bell. Check me out on Instagram and stay tuned, because you never know what's coming next. Be safe, take it easy.
Avengers! Assemble.
David. David.
I'm sorry, what?
Is it David or is it Bruce?
Actually, it's David Bruce Craig Banner. My mom couldn't decide on a first name, so.
You're a good man, David. You're the best damn reviewer this town's ever seen. Don't you think you could stay on another season? We got a lot of manure that needs to be removed.
Well, that's a tempting offer, Hank. I really do appreciate it, but I never stay in one place long. I gotta be moving on.
I understand. You take care of yourself, Bruce.
Craig. No. Okay. It's okay.
Holy crap! Oh my God! Look at my truck! Look at my beautiful truck! What are you doing in the road?
I'm okay, don't worry about me. No, calm down.
you selfish turd.
Hey, are you okay? You need a lift?
Thanks for the ride, lady.
My bag!
No. No. Calm down. Calm down. It can be replaced. Delayed? 6 months?
Hulk should have stayed and shovel poop.